Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet, and this is Madden 18, the Dallas Cowboys franchise, and this is episode 47 as we're taking a look here and going into the wild card weekend. That means it is a bye week for us as we are going to sit back, relax, and hopefully heal up. Got a couple guys, well, at least got one guy right now, but he's going to be gone for a while, and just sit back, watch some football, see what other teams we're going to potentially have to face, as of course we earn the bye week with the best record in the NFC. So we'll get into, first off, we're going to get into the numbers here, and we'll get into the actual playoff picture here as we just kind of scan here and look at some of the numbers here for the Cowboys. In the next episode of the Cowboys update, we'll actually focus in on more of the Cowboys numbers wise. We'll show you guys those here, but kind of just want to show you some numbers there. You see Dak's numbers there compared to the rest of the league there. 3,845 there for him for the season. And we'll see here 33 touchdown passes this season compared to 16 interceptions for the season. And it looks like he completed 65% of his passes there. Dak honestly could have did a lot better there. Towards the end there, he was starting to get things together there. We had a rough start. Of course, you know, if he the deal was if he threw to 10 interceptions or more, he was going to have to sit out a half. He threw 2 or more in a game, he would have to sit out a full game. And of course, he threw threw an interception a couple games there where he had him sit out the second half. The second half of that game, certain games. And we're just hoping that next season will be a different story for us. Hopefully, over the depending on regardless where we're at, we're gonna try to get him better and improve his accuracy and stuff like that we need to have. Need to be done a lot more better. And he just needs to take his time in the pocket. Not to mention have a strength on offensive line there. That's something that's very important. I know he's talking to the O-line coach and of course other people. People that are inside the team, they say that that's one of the big issues there. Not having a good offensive line there. There's been a couple of times where the offensive line have really slacked off and just letting guys blow by, which you've seen here in some of the episodes there. They just can't cover all the blitzing and stuff like that. And that's also on Dak's problems, his issues there too, is not really doing a good job there, taking the time, really sitting down and reading the blitzing there and making sure he's doing what he needs to do. Now, coaches say he's in the film room all the time looking at stuff, but it's been really rough with him, especially those 4 weeks there that he didn't have a per se that his security blanket, I guess you could say, that being Zeke Elliott. As you see there, 1,156 yards this season, 9 touchdowns and 4 fumbles there for him. We had no Zeke Elliott back there, and so having him and trusting if Dak's having a bad game, then we can run the ball and we'll have the game will get better as we open up, letting Zeke run and really open up the field there and then taking those chances down the field when we can. Wasn't really there. Now, Raymond Bird, the rookie from Ohio State there, former Buckeye there, did a great job stepping up there for us. 667 yards, 7 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns there, just 2 away from our feature back. He did a great job there. I definitely have to say he is the MVP of the team. Not just the outstanding not just the outstanding rookie, but just overall, just did a great job there in many games, just really stepping up and just really taking over the game when it came to the running game and really helping out Dak with his passing game. So that complementary of the pass or run to the pass and the pass to the run really did a great job there for us this year when it came to his aspect. And I think I've said this many times before. I think I even said last episode there, in the last episode of the Cowboys Insider. that was pretty much a great audition there for, letting everyone know, hey, I want, I'm letting, guys like McFadden, who may not be here next year, saying, hey, you know what, I'll take the mantle, I'll take the spot of being the, if I can't be number one in the backfield, I'll be number two, and I can definitely step up. And honestly, I mean, he honestly, I would say he probably has a legit argument to be maybe even the feature back for next year. Maybe Zeke Elliott isn't our guy that we, even though we have a big contract tied in with him and everything, that could easily change. It could be where we could have a true two-back system where he's only on the field 50% of the time. So, and we can just come up with some different schemes there for our running game there, so we can put both of them on the field. So, but we'll just see how things go here with the postseason. We'll see how Zeke does, and if he can, be the Zeke like he was just a few seasons ago. Take a look here at some more numbers there. Ryan Switzer, a really tough year for him. Oh my goodness, he's out on injury right now, and he's going to be out probably for the remainder of the year, which is always tough seeing a guy like that who's been just stepping up there so much this year. A little bit of a setback. Last year was his rookie season. A little bit of a sophomore slump this year, but for the most part, there he's in a lot of games there. He really stepped up and really helped us out. Hannah, another guy there who did a great job there as a tight end. Jason was out for a week or two there for a while there. Him and Swim did a great job there, stepping up as a some tight end position there, and really done a good job there for us, helping us out there. So that's something we're going to be looking at. Take a look at the rest of the numbers there from around the league. Some pretty good numbers there. Of course, Antonio Brown, your Madden cover this year for Madden 19, 1,528 yards, 15 touchdowns there for him. Just a monster year for him. He definitely just broke out there. Jason Witten there, you see his numbers, 1,666. Possibly his last year with us. Of course, in real life, he retired during the offseason, and we're trying to see if he's going to stick around here next season or if he's going to call it quits here. If depending on how far we get in the playoffs, or if we go all the way and go to the Super Bowl there, we'll see how he goes. Des Bryant, one of our question marks there for the offseason. Don't know if we're going to re-sign him or not. It depends really on the offseason or this postseason here. Terrence Williams, really great job there. Honestly, I feel like this year he could have been a 1,000-yard receiver. But you see, just at 594, really some clutch moments there for him, and really did a great job there as the slot receiver there for us in a lot of different plays there. Cole Beasley didn't drop as many passes this year as he did last year, and he's another one of those guys that I just hope that he can get better and better as time goes on here with this organization. And then just take a look at some of the other numbers there, receiving, and just really truly, I'm really impressed with some of the guys that really stepped up from last year. Of course, you got some guys that kind of take a step back, and we're hoping that with not having a great regular season or a semi, just kind of lukewarm regular season, hopefully the switch will be turned on here as we go to the the second half of this season and this postseason, and hopefully things will get going for them and get them fired up. Take a look at your receiving touchdown there's numbers, and you see Dez with only 9. Witten right behind him, tied there at 9. And then of course I think those are our two top receivers there that got the most catches in the end zone this year. And then Williams, he got 7 for him. So just good year. Decent, I was really hoping we get a couple guys in double digits there in that category there. But hey, we'll take what we got. There was a lot of games that there was a few games there that we were just blowouts, and there was quite a few more games that were just really close. And messing with the sliders, so like this season there, we finally found a slicer that we're comfortable with and we could do something with. I'm going to even continue tweaking them as we go along here. Even for when we go to Madden 19, I'm kind of using the same slider set, but also some slider sets from other guys on Operation Sports, kind of mixing and matching some stuff here. So it makes some interesting gameplay there, like this year. Of course, there's a lot of there's a bunch of updates and stuff like that already for Madden 19, but which is good. They're getting they're finding those sooner. People are telling them what's going on here, so there hopefully won't be so many updates this year. So we don't have to do too much of the tweaking of the sliders there. Take a look at the blocking numbers there. You see Greg, yeah, he had a rough year this year. And he's a guy that I'm not for sure what his contract is right now, but if he's up for renewal, there's a good chance that he will not be asked to return to the ball club. There was just too many times in a lot of games there he was just when we had hard counts, he would jump. And then penalty-wise, too, it just really killed us there. So that is something that I just don't really tolerate for. And if we can't do nothing about that to change that with, finding XP and stuff like that, for him to change that, then there's a good chance that he will not be back next season. So, and there's a good chance, like I said, there's a good look at a lot of guys not potentially coming back for the third season here on this franchise. So, of course, after this, we're going to move on to the next franchise, which has already been announced already. It's the Chargers. But I always say, a series is really never done. We can always go back to it. If I feel like we need a change or want to go back and then just go back to something more familiar and stuff like that. So there's always a good chance that we can come back to this series and just or any other if live stream or whatever like that. We can always go back to and play. So I keep a lot of my Madden stuff on file on a separate drive, so I can always go back and pull that up and put it on my PlayStation there. So. No franchise is ever dead unless I decide, unless we go to another new franchise I'm going to be starting here with the Kansas City Chiefs. That series that's kind of a series where we'll have a set amount of time. I think it's like 10 years to do what we need to do, and then after that, the series will be, actually have official endings to it. So. But take a look at their sacks numbers there, and of course we didn't have really big guys. We didn't have too many guys here this year that had huge sack numbers. Unfortunately, we couldn't get to quarterbacks on as much as quickly as we wanted to. Blitzing towards the end there was in our favor. At the beginning for a while there, in a lot of games there, we just could not break through a lot of different lines. I know against the Redskins was tough. I believe against Carolina was tough, and Jacksonville was even tough. At least those are three games out of the many we played so far this season. Those were pretty tough teams that we had a tough time getting through the lines there, and got to tip our hat to them. They had a great offensive line there that just was doing a great job of doing what they needed to do, or they're supposed to be doing as the offensive line. That's protecting their quarterback. So we're trying to do the same for our guys. Hopefully that'll be a huge change for us. We can be able to read blitzes a lot better, and just have guys to be able to block up and just make sure they're not on their butts as soon as we snap the ball and we have to take off running. So that is, like I said, something we're going to try to look into. I apologize, I have not been putting up a recruiting video or anything like that. Maybe don't hold me to it, don't hold my feet to the flames, but I'm gonna try to have a video here sometime maybe in this postseason here real quick of showing you guys our board and what we would try to do during the third season, or at least the draft going into the third season of the Cowboys. And one of the things is the offensive line there. We are looking at that. And also strengthening our linebacking core there. I think that's something that I think is going to be very important for us. Sean Lee is getting older, potentially leaving there. So yeah, that might be, that's another thing we're kind of looking at too. So take a look at the kickers, and yeah, I know kickers, they don't matter until you really need them. As you take a look, Dan Bailey there, having a great year there. 71% of his field goals were completed, and the field goal is perfect, 71 and 71 there. But was it 20 and 28 there? There in field goals there. So he only missed 8 there. And I think, honestly, all 8 were pretty legitimate. Just not enough oomph into this kick, or the wind just we had enough oomph, but the wind kind of just sailed it the other way. So it happens. We're not gonna, there was not too many games that it came down to, we needed, that field goal screwed us over. We needed that badly. That wasn't the case in that way. So that was nice. Then you see punting there. Of course, didn't punt too often. We had a good, we had a great opportunity to get down the field when we needed to, and when we needed a punter away, we used our punter. We used Chris very well, and he didn't have monster numbers, or wasn't asked to punt too often there, but for the most part, they had just a pretty reasonable season. Take a look at kick returns. Austin Jacks, take on Austin was the only one that. Benjamin, the only 2 guys in the league that ran one back. There you see Switzer. Switzer came close to running a couple back there earlier in the season, but he had a couple good runs there, but just could not get him to get to the end zone there in kickoffs or punt returns, anything like that this year. And then you see Bird there. You see his kick return numbers there, and like I said, he has some pretty good runs there for quite a bit there. But yeah, I was really impressed with this young man here. It just when we got him, I seen his overall, I'm like, he's not bad. He might be a guy that might be a kind of a diamond in the rough. Along same thing with I wish I kind of showed his numbers. Maybe I'll show his numbers during the when we just talk about our Cowboys here and the Cowboys Insider there. Wyatt Nischek, a linebacker there that we drafted in, I believe, the 6th round. And he was kind of a diamond in the rough. He kind of was not really. I remember scouting him, and he was one of those players that I'm like, okay, if we need him, he'll be a decent, good guy during the later rounds like that. And when I see his overall, I'm like, oh wow, like he's like legitimately good. Like he has, he's working on his awareness on the field and where he needs to be at as a linebacker, and also pursuit. He's really stepping up, and he's made quite a few stops when it comes to quarterback. He's made a couple sacks. We've implemented him in some of the plays there, in the playbook and stuff like that. So he's being utilized a lot more than I think he probably thought he was going to be utilized. But he's such a great guy on the practice field there. A guy that comes in, does his work, has fun at the same time, but just he knows it's when you're at practice, get down to it. Let's get what we need to fix on. Let's work on what we need to fix and try to execute it during game on Sunday. So great guy, funny guy there, and I hope we'll see more of him coming up in the playoffs here, and hopefully with enough moving his points, stuff like that around and XP and stuff like that, hopefully he'll be a player that we'll see a lot more. He'll be hopefully in the starting lineup next season, as he's battling for I believe for right outside linebacker. I think he's battling for. So we found out that he was better there. He was originally, I think, a middle linebacker, but we've seen that he had better numbers and stuff like that. Who's better off in the right side there in the linebacker position. So take a look at the awards there. We already seen these already in a previous episode, but just want to kind of review with you guys with those. And Jason Garrett, of course, your player of the year. Le'Veon Bell, your player of the year for AFC. Had a great year there. Has some really good numbers there. Steelers really did a good job here. This is kind of one of those quiet teams. And then you see our defensive player there. You see Baer, who's I believe a rookie. And of course, rookies there for the AFC. Curtis Carr, your player of the year. Bradley Ritchie, your player for the rookie of the year for defense. So Dolphins got a guy up there. Philip Rivers, your best quarterback in the AFC, battling that one. I see Roethlisberger and Brady beating Brady out. That's saying something right there. Of course, Philip Rivers possibly his last season here with Los Angeles, and of course Los Angeles. Chargers now have to try to, if that's the case, then they'll have to try to look for somebody in the draft to be the next guy being called up to take that position, or if find a guy free agency if they can try to draw someone, another veteran quarterback to come out to LA to play as a Charger. But yeah, take a look at those. You guys can pause the video and then check out more of those. For us, with the awards and like that, it's been great. Last year we had a lot of, several guys get a lot of awards there. Of course, this year you'll see here not so many. One award I wish we kind of got was Rookie of the Year for Bird. You'll see here that he did not get that award. And it really just stings that he didn't. We tried our best to get him involved in a lot more plays, especially in those. Try to really take advantage of those 4 weeks there. Try to get him to, give the ball a lot more to him in the end zone or in the red zone there. But there was too many opportunities there for Dak to kind of redeem himself to passing wise there. We try, we at times. And I'm like, okay, let's run it. And then other times I'm like, no, we got to pass. We got to get, Dak's numbers up. We gotta make him, try to get him good, build some confidence for him. But yeah, it sucks. There's so many guys you want to, get, build that confidence up, build that recognition for them, and then you lose sight of the guys that are actually like Bird, who've been working their tails off, and so especially if they're dominating that drive there, before that drive, it's like, oh, why did I do that? You see the other defensive rookie, Brian, I forgot what his name now. It's Frederick there, guy there, young man. And then of course you see White there. He was in the running there for defensive player. I think he was 9th there on the list there. So that's nice to see there. Hopefully, like I said, next year we'll get him to be on that list and somewhere in the top 5 or maybe even the top of that list. Go ahead and get through a lot more of these. We see Zeke Elliott in 9th place there for best running back. I believe that is going to, I forgot who's the best back in the national football. Freeman for the Falcons. That's gonna be, if we're playing against them. We had a tough time, somewhat tough time with him last time. The second time playing around, this will probably be the game that he's gonna really just go all out. So, but we'll have to look into that a lot more as we go along here. Collins there. Collins is another young man, another guy that we're looking at too. O-line this year, it was really tough for him. I'm trying to figure out what's the deal with him, if it's his pass blocking, what the deal is, because there was a couple games where he just gave up some blocking assignments. He just missed some, and I think there was also just recently here. I think there was a game that he just missed a blocking run blocking assignment. And so I don't know what the deal is with him. I don't know if his numbers, if he's digressed some. But yeah, that's been something I've been noticing here. I haven't said too much here on the Insider or anything like that, or of course episodes like this. But that is something I've noticed here in some of the games there. So we'll have to look into that, and I'm gonna have to ask him on during practice what's going on with that. I know a couple coaches have noticed it. I don't know if they've said anything to him about it. I'm sure they have. I'm hoping they have, because yeah, there was a few missed assignments there, especially in the blocking for I believe for Bird. I think it was running the ball there. He just completely completely missed the guy there. So I don't know, but we'll find out here probably sooner than later. Take a look at your standings right now as we wrap up the regular season there. And of course, we're 15-1, the best team in the league. Right behind us, of course, is the Patriots. And yeah, for the most part here, it has just been a game that, or a season that's just been a lot of close calls. Just very impressed with the way we've been playing. Of course, that loss that we had there against Jacksonville. We also had a couple other near losses there, but we're able to just somehow just pull ourselves out of it. That game against Jacksonville, there was just too much going on, and not enough time to try to get things fixed and get things going there. And that was just a big problem. That was the trouble that we were having, and I mean, it happens in the NFL. You're going to lose games more than you are going to win. But this year we're really good, and guys were able to step up and just take. And then a lot of games there, we just we were down, and the next thing you know, we were able to bounce back, and we just put the foot on the gas and just kept going. So I think that's just scaring a lot of teams there. Seeing teams like us down in the playoffs, especially like that, I think that might scare them off, or might just motivate them even more to play harder, and just really try to keep us down, and just try to keep us down as much as they possibly can to see how much down we have to be to try to fight back, and if we can get back up on time. So in time to try to get a win. But yeah, just take a look at the numbers there. We'll look at the where everybody's gonna be playing at here for wild card, and of course we'll take a look at the results of those games, and then of course the games for the division round. We'll see who we play. And I think I've already mentioned this in the previous episode, last episode of Cowboys Insider, but there's a good chance that we could possibly be playing the Falcons once again. Like earlier I said, Freeman, he's a good running back there. We had somewhat of a tough time keeping him in check. But, of course, Julio Jones, who had a good year this year with the Falcons, helped him get to a divisional win to win the division. It's going to be something. Not to mention just the defense they had. They got a good defense, a solid defense there that will do what they can to make sure they are, going to keep their team in there. But take a look here. You got the Chiefs going to Pittsburgh. Got the Saints, which is going to be a great game going against the Panthers, a classic NFC South Division game. Chargers are going to Tennessee, and the Falcons are going to head up north to the Vikings to face them there, who have a huge victory and winning their division. So yeah, you got three NFC South teams and two AFC teams there battling. And like I said, if we play the Falcons, it's going to be. I will honestly say I think it's going to be a great. It's going to be a great game. Take a look at the scores here. We got Pittsburgh moving on. They're going to beat Kansas City 48-30. Carolina 35-17. So Carolina pretty much said, hey, you guys are not going to go to the next round against the Saints. Close game there in Tennessee there, as Tennessee was able to win this one 35-27 against the Chargers. And there you see 38-14. Yes, they are chomping at the bit. They know who they got to face there, and it looks like it's going to be us. The Falcons win that one as they are on the road. So now the Falcons have to go back on the road here. If I'm not mistaken, I think we played the Falcons at home, so it'll be the second time now they've had to come to Dallas this season. But yeah, there's the matchups there for this week's games coming up here for the divisional round. Titans will have to go to Foxborough to face the Patriots. Falcons, of course, going to Dallas to face us. The Steelers are going to Denver to face the Broncos. And the Panthers are going to, look at that. Panthers have to go to Seattle. That's going to be a good game there. We've got some good matchups here coming up with the division round, with the exception of the Patriots and Titans game, because I hate to say this, but of course we already know who's going to win that one right there. But the other three games look very, very good, and it looks like a lot of fun there. So Seattle, Russell Wilson and company will host the Panthers there, and that's going to be, of course, a classic battle between those two teams. They've played each other quite a bit here in the last couple of years when it comes to the playoffs. Even some regular season games were pretty cutthroat. So, but yeah, there you see 6-10, or I should say 10-6 Falcons taking on the 15-1 Cowboys, and we'll see that action here very, very soon here on the channel. We'll have a bit of a preview episode of that matchup here coming up. Like I said, in the Cowboys Insider, we'll do a quick review, of course, of the games that we already seen already here today for the wild card round, and then get into this matchup here between the Falcons and the Cowboys coming up. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Dallas Cowboys franchise here on ESGNet. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord for latest news and events on what's going on here on the channel and what's going on in the world of sports gaming. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.